trying to get in that game shape, game speed, and these guys got to watch, make sure they're hydrated and they don't cramp up, get too frustrated and start getting into fights.
2nd and 11. Riley in trouble, and he fights off momentarily before hitting the deck. Tracy Robertson, who was nicked a little bit coming into this game, but we were told would dent the pocket, and he did there.
I think Euclid Cummings was in there as well, number 94. He made initial contact, and you're right. Then it was rally to Mike Riley, and this is one of the things, you know, we talked about Mike Riley and the hits that he took last year, the times he ran last year. Watch the hit and how he fights to get out of this. Sometimes you got to understand the play's over, and right now, with Cummings got him wrapped up, that play was over.
Owens fights the Sun, 25. And a good return, a little stutter step out of bounds around the 40. 53-yard punt by Shaw. Good return by Owens. Argo football, and they have the lead.
Stay ahead of monstrous engine threats with the best total engine protection you can get. Introducing Shell V-Power Nitro Plus. Breakthrough in premium gasoline.
Milestones is celebrating 25 years by bringing back your favorites all summer long. Now get 25% off our Bringing Tasty Back menu. Entrees starting at $11 until June 28th, and $5 drink specials like our original Bellini. Milestones, be part of the celebration.
Need more iron in your diet? Golf Talk Canada has you covered from tee to green.
Are you ready for 36 weeks of Golf Talk Canada television?
Join Mark Zucchino and Jim Taddy from Canada's 19th hole for all the latest news, analysis, and interviews with the game's top players.
Everybody's looking for him to lead this PGA Tour to wherever it's supposed to go.
Golf Talk Canada, presented by Acura. Tuesdays at 2:30 on TSN. It's clubbing at its best.
Terrific start for Trevor Harris in this game as you check the numbers. Big job filling the shoes of Ricky Ray, but he was looking forward to taking the challenge.
My duty when I signed my contract was to be ready if Ricky is not. And since he's not right now, that's my job. I need to fill in. And, I'll never fill in fully for Ricky Ray, but I'm going to go in and be the best version of myself. I'm going to prepare just as hard as I can, and I'm going to play as hard as I can. I'm going to put it on the line. I'm excited, about the opportunity to be part of something great.
Something to be said for being 4 years in a system, too.
Yeah.
Not being rushed.
Yeah, no question. And having Ricky Ray in the meeting room beside him every day. But give the kid credit. I mean, he has looked great.
First down, 41-yard line, 6 receivers out, quick hitter in behind Owens and incomplete. Last year in his start against Ottawa in the final regular season game, 26 completions, the most by a first-time starter last year in the Canadian Football League.
Well, the other thing that Scott Milenovich can do with Trevor Harris is move the launch point a little bit. We've seen that play action where he gets off the tackle and can move his feet a little bit, get outside. We haven't seen a whole lot of him running yet.
2nd and 10. Now has to bounce out of the pocket, and he'll get taken down. A flag flies as Trevor Harris is dropped.
Flag will be holding against the Argos. Which will be declined.
Holding. Toronto, number 1. That penalty is declined.
Toronto will put Dave Stahl out there to punt.
Second sack of the game for the Eskimos, who had 55 to rank 2nd in the league last year. So a 2 and out for Toronto. Their 2nd of the game. So here's Stalla. Bouncing off the back of an Eskimo. That's going to be a no yards call. But look out! Sky Dawson's got the edge and then gets cut down. Good tackle by the kicker, 88, Dave Stalla, on 88, Sky Dawson. With the flag on the play, and some bad news coming from the Eskimo bench as they're putting a knee brace on Mike Riley.
Yeah, it goes back. We get a chance to finish that thought, but goes back to that hit where he was tackled, caught for a sack, and kept fighting. And at some time, I know it's tough to take that fight out of the dog and Mike Riley, but
did see Matt Nichols warming up on the sidelines during the last series by the Argos as the officials sort out the penalty.
No yards, Toronto. Illegal block, number 48, Edmonton. First down, Edmonton.
Blaine Smith, the call against Edmonton.
I mean, that one you go down and they're not putting the knee brace on.
Officials still conferring over the last penalties and where the ball should be spotted. It's on the Edmonton 50 here, late in the third quarter. As the focus on Mike Riley will certainly sharpen. Chad Simpson stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Leon Lang, Tracy Robertson.
This is moments ago when Riley came from that sack, and he kept fighting and tried to get loose, ended up getting pulled down. He hurt his knee. They were wrapping it on the bench, and he's out there with temporary knee brace on that left knee.
A couple of the quarterbacks suggested the new rules might have less contact on quarterbacks this year. Mike Riley and the guys in Montreal might argue that. Riley in trouble again. He'll dump it off, and Kendall Lawrence may run around. Lawrence got a first down, and he'll get bumped out in Argo territory. First catch of the day for Kendall Lawrence, and it's a big one. 18 yards.
Let's take a look at Mike Riley and how much his mobility may be restricted. He moved around in the pocket here a little bit to buy himself some time. Nothing to the play side. He didn't like it. Slides out. Looks like he's running a little gingerly. But he does find Kendall Lawrence, who had outflanked the defense.
First down at the Toronto 43. Simpson and Brandon Isaac drew in there to make first contact. Greg Jones has him wrapped.
That's a veteran defensive linebacker that read that play, shot the gap, came around the corner, and made first contact before Simpson got to the line of scrimmage.
Jones had a 12 and an 11 tackle game last year and now moves into the middle, his natural position.
Objectional conduct.
Fourth tackle
Edmonton,
for
number
Brandon
67.
Isaac.
After the play, 10-yard penalty, remains second down.
So an objectionable conduct penalty against DeAnthony Batiste after the play was over, the right tackle. Somewhere at the bottom of that pile against Cleon Lang.
Mike Riley said it at halftime. Penalty here, drop pass there, bad throw here, ending their own drive. See if he can convert on second and real long.
Second and 18. Here comes the heat. They scream it. And Lawrence spins off first contact and now dropped as Ricky Foley comes across to make the tackle.
Good play there by Corey Greenwood to get to first contact. He doesn't make the tackle on this screen, but he gets it turned back into his teammate.
Third down and what would be a long field goal attempt. Are they going to try from 50 yards or not? Grant Shaw comes out. Looks like they'll punt.
They have at times put a quarterback in at the up back, and they have Jordan Lynch in there right now. Could they have something on here? Nope.
Shaw's boot will reach the end zone, and Owens is going to give it up as
Owens concedes a single point.
So it's 16-11 for the Argos. Our sack tally brought to you by Purelator, tackling hunger, a promise we could all help deliver. There were the Eskimos second in the league in that department last year. And the Argos hoping to be better in 2015.
People in your own backyard that need the help, and that's a lot of food.
And the folks in Winnipeg on July the 10th will get a chance to give the Purolator Hunger Drive a big boost early in July. Trevor Harris back to work at the 35-yard line, swings it to Owens, got some blocking, and Owens dives up to the 45, close to a first down.
That seems like a routine throw, but it was tougher than it looks. That's Trevor Harris with the guy in his face. I thought it was Ryan Hines that came on the blitz, number 34. It is. He comes up into his face, and he's got to throw it right in front of Chad Owens so he can put it away quickly and make those moves in the open field. Without accuracy there, Edmonton rallies to that tackle.
Big team comes on a second and short situation with Adrian McPherson. And he will plunge ahead and get beyond the 45 for a first down.
Well, Scott Milanovic just signed a contract extension, and deservedly so. Congratulations to him and Jim Barker. But Scott Milanovic has done such a nice job with this football team under very difficult circumstances over the last few years. Great news that next year they'll be moving into BMO. But like Chris Schultz said before the game, that's next year. And he's coached this young team up to be competing against a 12-win football team last year with the #1 defense against the pass.
Swing it out again to Owens, gets to the edge, cuts it back. Up to the 51-yard line, has 5. Well, they don't have a home game till August the 8th against Saskatchewan. So this stretch without Ricky Ray critical. Trying to get off to a good start here in Fort McMurray. And we head to the fourth quarter. It's the Boatmen up by 5. Numbers through 3 quarters tell you that the Argos lead probably should be more than 16-11.
Probably should be more, but the Edmonton Eskimos have had some opportunity. Their offense just does not look like it's in sync. I've been so impressed with Trevor Harris, who's 17 of 19, 259 yards and 2 touchdowns in his second start in the Canadian Football League against the #1 pass defense from last year in Edmonton.
A lot of people might be surprised at what Trevor Harris is doing. One guy who isn't, who might be watching, Zach Collaros, who was with him and kind of told us Trevor Harris is going to be good.
Yeah, and you know, it's a great point because when Ricky Ray went down, Zach Collaros got his opportunity and he took full advantage of it, became the starter in Hamilton, and is now one of the future stars we keep talking about. Trevor Harris has that exact same opportunity in front of him, not just this game, but for the next 6-7 weeks.
What Zach underscored was the work ethic of Harris. He's going to take a shot here to Owens. And Chad Owens is inside the 20. Splits the seam, and Owens has the Argos in scoring position.
That ball was money. Chad Owens is going to just hit the seam here, and the throw is in stride. Those fundamentals that Scott Milanovic has been working on, the footwork, the hip, getting it in the right position, the release of the football, it's working.
5 catches, 77 yards for Owens, who was 4th in the league in receiving last year. Short drop, Harris going to take a shot, looking for Gurley. Touchdown! Looked like he might have pushed off against Patrick Watkins, but no flag.
Patrick Watkins trying to make an argument. Doesn't look like he's going to win.
And you can't challenge offensive pass interference.
No, you cannot. Harris just puts it up outside. Little subtle push in the back from Gurley. No flag, no foul.
So we've seen all 3 of the Argos rookie receivers look impressive. A highlight reel catch by Elliott. Touchdown grabs from Hazelton and now Gurley. And a challenge flag here from Chris Jones, who is challenging something we believe he's not allowed to challenge. But he's going to air his grievances.
Defensive pass interference can be challenged.
Now all touchdown plays or scoring plays are reviewed. And could they actually make a call here? Hard to see how much of a push that was.
Edmonton wanted to challenge an aspect that's not challengeable. They will be charged with a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, no, it's not reviewable, so
Chris Jones might have known that and just wanted to let them know he didn't like the non-call.
Yeah, but this is a close game, and he knows that you can't challenge offensive pass interference. And if you do, you get the delay of game penalty. If you challenge something not challengeable, you'll get delay of game penalty.
So a 17-yard touchdown pass, and now the Argos will go for 2 again.
The young receivers are having fun in that huddle.
Yes, they are. Well, the scouting report was lots of talent, but a lot of inexperience, which would show itself the most here in the opening game. Well, the talent has so far. So now going for 2. Harris deep in the end zone. Owens got it. And they do get 2, and they lead 24-11.
7 looks great. Looks great.
Boy, number 7 on a roll. The touchdown grab by Gurley. And then back to Owens for 2 more.
Yeah, let's be clear here on this touchdown. That is a push in the back. And I mentioned that Chris Jones knows that he can't challenge offensive pass interference. So he took a penalty knowing he was going to take a penalty. But I'm with him in why he wanted to do it and why he was getting the attention of the officials, because that was a missed call. That was a push in the back. James Patrick Watson's run.
Here's Dawson trying to get outside as flags fly. And he gets brought down at the 25-yard line. Vince Agnew with the special teams tackle and a couple of red flags on the field.
It has nothing to do, Chris, with the new rule changes, because that's to do with illegal contact. That was a pass interference call. And hey, Gurley is going to do that. He's going to try and be as subtle as he can and get a little separation.
Edmonton, number 8, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Defensive backs will always try and give that little pull to get the receiver a little closer to him. I'm with Chris Jones on this. I think that was a missed call, that there was an extension and Patrick Watkins was pushed out of his lane, and that impedes his chance for the football. That's a penalty.
And there are supporters of the push to get offensive pass interference reviewable as well, but that is currently not the case. Short gain by Chad Simpson. One more look at the 2-point convert, and is Trevor Harris on target.
Yeah, and that's a nice touch pass. He had to throw that up and over the top and drop it into the hands of Chad Owens. He's shown a little bit of everything, Trevor Harris. Throwing on the run, good decisions, reading defenses, going through his progressions. Nice accuracy, completion percentage off the hook.
Eskimos won 7 of their first 8 last year en route to the 12-6 record. That pass over the head of Simpson is incomplete, and punt team has to come on again. Eskimos are scuffling here, and that's the 6th 2-and-out of the game.
I'm not giving Edmonton's offense any alibis at this point, but when they lost John White in training camp, they lost a focal point of their offense, and they went from a focal point in the running back position to trying to find one. And they signed Chad Simpson, who's not played bad this afternoon, don't get me wrong, but John White's a guy who can break a game open by himself.
Shaw, tumbling punt, bouncing around midfield. And Owens will get the no yards and then bounce it outside into Argo territory, or Eskimo territory to the 42. And they'll tag on the 5 yards as Trevor Harris gets set to go back to work and maybe put this one away. Well, 12 to go, fourth quarter in Fort McMurray, Alberta.
Right here, after this game is done between the Argos and the Eskimos, Drew Willie and the Blue Bombers open up their season in his old stomping grounds against Chris Getzlaff and the Saskatchewan Roughriders with Darian Durant back. The rivalry on the prairie opening up their seasons. That's here in the CFL on TSN. After this one, back to Fort McMurray.
Looking forward to that, Rod. Trevor Harris has the lead. Look at the numbers on his tremendous season opening afternoon.
You're used to seeing Ricky Ray's name at the top of that front.
Ricky who? I didn't say that.
No.
There's the 37 after that no yards call. Whitaker does have the football and gets dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
His completion percentage off the hook at 90.9%. He's tied for third, the best in history in one game. Ricky Ray holds 1 and 2. And now we still got some football to be played here. But wow, what a performance from Trevor Harris.
In field goal range if Swayze Waters was available, but he's not. Flags down and the pass incomplete, intended for Kevin Elliott, who claims that he made the grab.
He tried,
but he tried. Not a very convincing claim.
Well, you can't put your hands up and be discussing it with the refs with a big, huge smile on your face. What a catch he made. That deep ball in the third quarter.
Penalty against the Argos, it would appear. And the Eskimos will decline.
Big
offside.
target.
Toronto. That penalty is declined. Third down.
So the kick team comes on, and Dave Stala in to punt. And again, this would be 44 yards for Waters if available, and would get it to a 16-point lead if made. So a little bit of a sacrifice here that the Argos don't have that option, and Stala will just try and pin Edmonton and give them a long field.
Kevin Elliott is out there trying to figure out what he's supposed to be doing on the punt cover team. He wasn't, clearly he's not in that position.
Well, they've got the right number of players on the field, or do they? No, they have 13.
Elliott.
So
Elliott's going off now. You see him up at the top here. He was.
The Eskimos were a man short. Dion Ballou just comes onto the field. So looking a little preseason-ish on this third down. Not sure if we're having a clock issue because play still has not been whistled in. Little confusion here with the timekeeper's bench and Kim Murphy.